it's Kelly. Welcome back to my channel where we talk all about gentle skincare, sometimes self-care, and today we're talking this or that skincare. Episode 30. Can you believe there's been 30 episodes? This is my video series where I take two really similar skincare products and do a deep dive comparison, really trying to figure out which one is better for you, this or that. So today I have an epic copper peptide serum battle between Peach and Lily and Biossance. And then we're moving on to the battle of the Nourishing Ceramide serums between RNW and Glow Recipe. So if you're so ready, give the video a big thumbs up and let's get started. So let's start with Peach and Lily first. This serum is featuring 0.2% of copper peptide. Now I know that doesn't sound like a lot, but this really is an ingredient that does work at lower percentages, and it is quite an amazing peptide for any well-aging benefits, truly. It can do so much for the skin, but what it's really well known for doing is helping to stimulate collagen production on the skin. The wound healing ability of copper peptides is very good and pretty well studied. Wound healing abilities go beyond just helping skin to heal. It actually helps to promote the stimulation of healthy collagen instead of all the lumpy scar tissue. Copper peptides kind of go in and say, hey, make some more good, smooth collagen, right? That really good collagen that is going to help the wound heal up. So when you apply it to your skin, even without wounds, it does facilitate that stimulation process with your body's own collagen production. But it also helps with other goodies like elastin as well. And that's why it's regarded as one of the best well-aging peptides out there. It's really having a moment in skincare, but it can really do a lot for your skin. Peach and Lily is not just relying on the copper peptide to get the job done. They've actually created a complex of 12 other peptides to really help support the claims of the serum, which is really to help firm up your skin, to help stimulate collagen, to, create a well-rounded, well-aging experience with their product, right? First up is arginine or acetohexapeptide 8. This is a peptide that can give a little bit of a firming effect to the skin. It's kind of temporary, but it can have a really nice, fairly quick effect on the skin. Next is palmitoyl tripeptide 1 and tetrapeptide 21. Now, both of these peptides have a similar function. They both kind of trick the skin into thinking that collagen has been lost or proteins have been lost, and they can signal to your body to create more collagen, more elastin. We have tetrapeptide 30, and this is a peptide that helps to brighten up the skin. Next is a peptide with a super duper long name, but it has a really easy trade name, which is Aquatide 5000. Now this peptide is really interesting because it helps to support your skin barrier. It helps to increase skin hydration, which can actually help with firmness in the skin. Next is acetyl tetrapeptide 5, and this one actually helps with puffiness, especially around the under eye, like eye bags. Palmitoyl tripeptide 38, also known as Matrixyl Synth 6, which is like the next generation of Matrixyl and Matrixyl 3000, is a really amazing peptide for all those wonderful proteins in the skin, including multiple forms of collagen. It also helps with fibronectin, hyaluronic acid. These are all components that are naturally within our skin that really help to keep the skin firm, to keep the skin plump, to keep the skin elastic. We also have another collagen stimulating peptide in here, palmitoyl pentapeptide 4, which is also known as Matrixyl, which really are some of the best known peptides out there. Next to copper peptides is the family of Matrixyl. They really help to reduce the look of fine lines and wrinkles by stimulating collagen. Then we have dipeptide 2, which helps to increase the lymphatic circulation in your skin, again helping with like that unwanted puffiness. Then we also have tripeptide 1, which is a really great collagen fragment peptide. On its own, it can stimulate collagen, but it actually, in combination with the copper peptide, we've gone through so many peptides. Did you even forget about the copper peptide? I almost did for a minute. Tripeptide 1 actually signals to your skin to create collagen, but it also has a second function as a carrier peptide. And carrier peptides can help increase the effectiveness of the other peptides. So in this case, the Tripeptide 1 helps to take copper peptide and deliver it a little bit deeper into the skin, help it be more effective, carry it into the skin, which is really exciting, and I think is a really smart formulation here. It's always nice to see copper peptide with Tripeptide 1. We're almost there. We have Hexapeptide 9. This is another collagen stimulating peptide. And then finally, Nonapeptide 1, which helps to brighten the skin. Goodness, that was a lot, right? But I really wanted to go through everything because I think they're very compelling peptides for sure. Now the texture, it is like a watery blue color, and it has a very watery, very liquid, very runny type of texture. There's not a lot of a body here. There's not a lot of plumpness, but as you get this onto your skin, you're going to feel a really nice refreshing sensation. It does have a good amount of hydration. For being on the thinner side texture wise, it does feel really hydrating. And as it's absorbing, you just get the tiniest kiss of balancing moisture. I am not talking oil, I'm not talking greasy, I'm not talking heavy, but there's just a little something extra that just kind of like hugs everything in, just kind of finishes it off. Next, let's talk about the Biossance Squalane and Copper Peptide Rapid Plumping Serum. So we have copper tripeptide 1 in here, right? It's in the name. We do have the star ingredient. We don't know how much is in here though. I'm guessing that we're in the ballpark of Peach and Lily's 0.2%. Again, I know it sounds like it's not enough. We do not need to be percentage queens here when it comes to this ingredient. It does work at lower percentages. Now there's a few other peptides in here, but not even close to what Peach and Lily is using. So the other peptides included are tetrapeptide 30, and that is, as we covered already, it is a peptide that helps to brighten up the skin. And then we also have palmitoyl hexapeptide 52. Now this one is not included in the Peach and Lily list. However, it has a similar function to one that is, which is arginine. You know this one because this is all over the skincare community. That's that Botox-like peptide. It's actually, there's quite a few different peptides that fall under the Botox in a jar claim. Don't, get too excited about that. These are temporary effects that happen on the skin. These peptides just help to give like a lifted and firm effect to the skin very quickly. And I'm not saying that that's a bad thing. I love the effects that they can bring to the skin. I like to use these types of peptides in my skincare, but I think it's important to remember the difference between a collagen stimulating peptide like copper peptide and these Botox types of peptides like arginine or this one, palmitoyl hexapeptide 52. Actually, together they can give really amazing results to the skin, but it's always important to know the difference. We've got a little bit more of a gel-like consistency with this serum rather than Peach and Lily's water-like consistency. So as you get this onto your skin, you're going to feel a little bit more of that plumpness because there's a little bit more body to it, a little bit more of a juicy serum, if you will. It really helps to plump the skin. It feels really amazing. And then you almost get this almost like emulsion-like kind of experience because you get all that deep hydration, but then there's that kiss of moisture at the end, the kiss of squalane. So this or that. And my winner in this battle is hands down Peach and Lily. Are you surprised? I actually am too because I have to say, Biossance, this serum is something I really, really like and something that I named as one of my monthly favorites in 2022. This is my second bottle. I really do enjoy this product. Peach and Lily is actually much newer to me, but I have to say this is my winner. When I'm going side by side, I just think that Peach and Lily has created a much more compelling product. So let me tell you my reasoning here. First and foremost, the ingredients list, right? I mean, were you getting super excited by all of those peptides in Peach and Lily like I was? I mean, it really is such a compelling grouping of peptides. I also think the texture, and these are things that I always like to talk about when I'm talking to a big group of skincare fans, right? Because we all have different skin types and skin conditions. I would have a hard time thinking of who's not going to like this texture. I just think that it works really well. It layers underneath products really nicely. It's just like a very effortless type of product. You don't have to think about it a lot to use it. You know what I'm saying? So it's just so great there. So in side-by-side comparisons, price is always really important, right? Especially in these times. Now, Biossance is retailing for $68. It is a 50 milliliter serum, so you are getting a good amount, more than your standard amount, right, for $68, but still pretty pricey. Peach and Lily is a smaller bottle. It is 30 milliliter, but it's retailing for $49. So you're saving a little bit of cash there. I know it's still pricey, trust me, I know, but it's less than Biossance, and so that really helped it edge ahead, I think, in the this or that as well. So as I mentioned, this is somewhat newer to me. I've only been using it for a few weeks. I've used Biossance for much longer, but I really do feel like I'm seeing results with this a little bit faster than I remember seeing with Biossance, which I love this Biossance. I will absolutely be using this bottle. I am not like dissing this at all. I really, really like it. I like how it makes my skin feel, but when I have to think about results, this is working on my skin so fast. I recently emptied my Neod copper peptide serum, you know, the really expensive one, and I haven't replaced it because it's really expensive. But I had this and I was like, let me add copper peptide back into my routine, because let me tell you, I've been missing it. I always forget how stinking good copper peptide can be for the skin. And so once I started incorporating this into my routine, I've been using it like morning and night. I've been noticing my skin looks so much like more luminescent, I think, is like the first benefit I noticed. I haven't changed anything else in my routine, just so you know. I haven't added any other brightening products. I'm still using the same old stuff I'm always using, my tretinoin and all of that. But I just noticed that there was that luminosity, like, hey, my skin is glowing. It's looking really healthy. It's looking very smooth, like the texture just seems smoothed out. My pores seem more refined with this. So next, let's talk about our Ceramide serum battle between Glow Recipe Avocado Serum versus the RNW Ceramide Plus Serum. So these serums really remind me of each other because both really do focus on ceramides, cholesterol, and fatty acids. They do have this focus on helping to strengthen, weak skin and help to support your moisture barrier. But both also prominently feature avocado oil as moisturizing elements in the serum. Let's start with Glow Recipe. Now, obviously the star here is avocado, right? They're using avocado oil as well as avocado butter to create a nourishing, creamy type of serum that adds moisture into the skin. Now, avocado absolutely is creamy and nourishing. I mean, you've eaten an avocado, you know how creamy it is, right? It's full of really amazing fatty acids for you, and applied topically to the skin, it helps to support your skin's moisture barrier. The fatty acid profile in here really helps to strengthen the skin. It fights dehydration. Now, they are using 5 different types of ceramides, cholesterol, fatty acids, and then they're also using phytosphingosine, which is kind of like a precursor to ceramides. It does help to support your moisture barrier. So it's always nice to see that in skincare products that claim barrier care as well. There's also niacinamide, which I think is in every skincare product these days, but here it's being used to help support the barrier. Niacinamide can help stimulate your body's own production of ceramides, cholesterol, and fatty acids. Now, there is a peptide in here that goes by the trade name Nutrizen. It's also known as palmitoyl tripeptide 8. And this is a peptide that really helps to calm inflammation and irritation on the skin. It's a somewhat novel peptide. I see it used a lot in the Ordinary and Neod products. So it's actually surprised to see it pop up in this Glow Recipe ingredients list. But it is a peptide that really helps to calm and soothe the skin, which supports the claims of this product because it's really all about nourishing the skin, strengthening it, and calming it down. Now, the texture is a creamy emulsion-like texture. I love these types of serums because they bring both hydration and moisture into the skin. Again, combination skin, so you know what my skin is craving. It's this. You get that deep feeling of hydration with this as you spread this onto your skin. It really feels very replenishing. It's such a great word for this serum. And then as it's absorbing, you get this balancing moisture with this light but rich slip to it. That's the avocado oil, right? It's really nourishing, but it's not heavy. It's not a thick kind of oil feel. It's been balanced out with all the other ingredients in here that you just get this rich slip that just hugs everything into the skin. I think it's kind of like a medium light kind of weight once it's all absorbed into your skin. It's not the lightest serum, but it's definitely not like a really heavy, buttery, very rich kind of serum either. It still feels like it's going to be appropriate for like combo oily kind of skin types if you lean a little bit on the oily side. If you don't like really thick and rich products, don't be super afraid of this one. The moisture really well balanced with the hydration effect in here. The water and oil very well balanced. It's not greasy, it's not sticky, it's not shiny on the skin. I think it's very, very elegant, very pleasing, and very easy to use. So let's talk about RNW Ceramide Plus next. They are using 5 different types of ceramides, cholesterol, fatty acids, and they're also using niacinamide. So we see a similar like recipe, if you will, right, or a formulation here to help support the skin barrier with all of those wonderful lipids for the skin. They are also using avocado oil and squalane oil, and that's what's creating the moisture element in the serum. Now we do also have a complex of peptides in here, which we didn't really see with Glow Recipe. We had the one, but there's actually quite a few different varieties of peptides with some different benefits here in RNW. So acetylhexapeptide 8, arginine, we've already covered that one at the top of the video. It's one of those Botox kind of firming and lifting peptides. Then we have copper tripeptide 1, one of the best known collagen stimulating peptides out there. We also have hexapeptide 9, which helps to reduce the length and depth of wrinkles. And then we also have nonapeptide 1, another repeat peptide here that helps to brighten the skin. Palmitoyl pentapeptide 4 is matrixyl. It helps to stimulate collagen on the skin. Palmitoyl tetrapeptide 7 and palmitoyl tripeptide 1 are matrixyl 3000. So together these peptides work synergistically to help improve the look of fine lines and wrinkles, stimulate collagen on the skin. And then finally we have tripeptide 1. As I mentioned, it is the carrier peptide for copper peptide. Ooh, this is like a masterclass in different peptides, isn't it? I know, for me it was too, like researching everything, but it's so important to see how all of these ingredients come together in these formulas, especially when it comes to peptides, because they're so different, right? So you can see how RNW has created a barrier supportive serum, right, that is going to help moisturize the skin, maybe calm the skin down and help strengthen it. But then we've also got these peptides that not only help with wound healing, which can actually be beneficial for skin that is ailing, but mostly we're seeing the well aging and brightening benefits with this peptide mix. So the texture is similar but different than Glow Recipe. Instead of having like a creamy, like straight out of the bottle, a creamy type of serum, it's actually a little bit more of a gel-like consistency. But it does have that similar quality of bringing hydration and moisture into your skin. I think they're just doing it in a slightly lighter format. You just don't get that creamy silkiness. You get more of a balancing gel, hydrating, and balancing moisture type of feel. So definitely hydration on the first like feel with this, but then you get that light kiss of moisture. It's not as rich as Glow Recipe. You don't feel as much of the oil here. You know, they are using avocado oil, but they're also using some lighter moisturizing elements like squalane versus the avocado butter and the avocado oil in Glow Recipe. So it does translate to something that moisturizes, but in a less rich feel. So this or that, and you know, I do love both of these products. I use them, I enjoy them so much, but I have to say the this or that was pretty easy for me this time around. It is RNW. This is the winner for me. I love this product so much, and I have for so many years. I don't know how many bottles I've emptied at this point, right? And how many countless videos I've recommended this. So I know you're not really surprised that this is the winner, but let me tell you why. Definitely the peptide mix that, you know, Glow Recipe just doesn't have. The peptide mix kind of pushed this towards the finish line for me, really. You know, I'm a peptide head. Like, obviously this video could have been a peptide edition, right? We've talked so much about them already. I love them. I use them a lot. I've seen great benefits from them. But ultimately, you know, both of these serums really claim to help strengthen your moisture barrier, and I just feel like RNW does it better. I have used this so much to keep my skin strong as I use tretinoin. I've used this when my skin has been feeling irritated. This is such a well-rounded serum that you can use really anytime for your skin. And that's what I like about it, because there's so many benefits. It's not just about strengthening your skin. It's covering well aging, it's covering brightening, it's covering a lot of concerns in a texture that I think will work for more people than the creamy, kind of slightly rich serum texture of Glow Recipe. This is somewhat specific. Not everyone's gonna like this, but the gel texture of this, I think, while it might feel a little heavy for some folks on the very oily end of things, generally I think a wider amount of people are going to enjoy the texture of this alone. A big reason why I didn't feel comfortable making Glow Recipe the winner, I do like this product. I use this product. It feels amazing on my skin. I love the texture. It's very elegant, and that kiss of richness is beautiful for me. But there are quite a few plant extracts in here. You saw how long the ingredients list is. That shouldn't be like an automatic no for anybody, but when you have very sensitive skin, it's a lot to navigate, and it may not be worth trying out, because if you do get irritation, it's gonna be like impossible to know what irritated your skin, right? But with plant extracts, it's just a mixed bag of what you're getting, you know, what can be included. There are quite a few fragrant plant extracts in here. I'm talking lavender, sandalwood, right? While they're not as aggressive as an essential oil, they are still going to contain trace amounts of those fragrant compounds that can be very irritating to skin. And so while being a channel that talks a lot about gentle skincare, I have to point that out, but also because it's a product that claims to help calm and soothe irritated skin, it may not be the best ingredients list if your skin is very irritated, if you're prone to sensitivity with fragrance. Those are not the smartest ingredients to include in this type of product. So I have to call it out for that, even though I enjoy using it. You know what I'm saying? So both are great, but overall, I think when it comes to calming the skin, strengthening the skin, and maybe working on some other benefits too, RNW has my vote. So as always, I want to know your suggestions for the next episode of this or that. So let me know what you want me to compare next in the comments below. If this video helped you out, maybe it saved you some money or helped you make a choice between a couple of products you've had your eye on, I would be so honored if you would hit subscribe if you haven't already. I do release a lot of new skincare videos throughout the week. I do full-length videos, I do shorts, and I also have a skincare video podcast here on my channel as well. So make sure that you hit notifications so you're never out of the loop when the new content drops. I hope you are healthy, happy, and safe wherever you are in the world, and I can't wait to see you in the next video. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.